Warning: failure to read, understand, and follow all manufacturer's warnings and instructions constitutes a misuse of this product and could result in serious injury or death. Please note this video is not a replacement for the included tree stand or harness instructions. Always be sure to carefully read, understand, and follow all written directions before you attempt to use this or any tree stand. If you do not have written instructions, contact Summit at 1-800-353-0634 for a complete copy. Watch this video completely. Replay any sections you don't fully understand. You'll be glad you did. Warning: never use a tree stand on a dead, leaning, diseased, loose-barked tree or utility pole or on trees that have obstructions that may limit tree stand use. Never rely on a tree branch for support or as a step. Never use any type of tree that has obstructions that may limit tree stand use. The maximum weight limit for the Hex is 350 pounds. These limits include you plus all clothing and or gear that you plan on taking into the stand at any time. Do not exceed this limit. Warning: the Hex Ladder Tree Stand is intended for single-person use only. All Summit tree stands should be fitted on a tree with a diameter of at least 8 inches and not exceed a diameter of 20 inches. Warning: setting up a ladder stand requires at least 3 adults. 3 adults allow for proper support throughout installation. Do not try to install without at least 3 adults. Failure to follow these instructions could lead to improper setup, instability, serious injury, or death. Please refer to your printed instructions for a complete list of parts and hardware included with this stand. Assembly can be made easier with the use of a powered ratchet or drill with a socket adapter. Socket adapter and wrenches will need to be 13 mm in size. Take care not to over-tighten bolts when using power tools to assemble. Warning: assemble the entire top section of the stand before fully tightening any bolts or lock nuts. Warning: do not over-tighten the bolts and nuts to the point where the tubing becomes deformed or bent. It is recommended that all bolts be sorted to size prior to assembly. To assemble your Hex ladder stand, lay the top section of the ladder on a table or workbench with the welded tabs pointed up. Place the foot platform between the welded tabs and secure each side using a 60 mm bolt with a lock nut. Note: the welded mesh should be pointed toward the male end of the ladder section. Now you will need to flip the ladder section over and lean it against the side of the table or workbench. Next, insert the connection tube into the top ladder section and secure both plates together using 2 35 mm bolts with lock nuts. Repeat on the other side for the other connection tube. Note: the connection tube should go over the foot platform. Now place the seat support frame welded tube so that it lines up with the second hole from the free end of the connection tube. The seat support frame should be under the connection tube. Once the holes line up, secure each side with a 75 mm bolt and lock nut. The bolts should be inserted through the top of the connection tube. Then secure the seat support frame to the foot platform using two 75mm bolts and lock nuts. Next, place the V-brace onto the bottom side of the connection tube so that it lines up with the holes at the ends of the connection tube. Once lined up, secure each side of the V-brace to the connection tube by using one 70mm bolt and lock nut on each side. The bolt should be inserted through the top of the connection tube. Now place the seat platform onto the outside of the seat support frame tubes and on top of the connection tube. Once the holes are lined up, secure each side with one 70mm bolt and lock nut. You will also need to insert a nylon washer between the seat platform and seat support frame tube to help prevent squeaking when the seat platform is raised and lowered. Now raise the seat platform and place the armrest onto the bottom side of the connection tube and secure using two 70mm bolts and lock nuts. The bolts should be inserted through the top of the connection tube. Next, we will add the gun rest rail. Line up the gun rest rail 1 to the holes on the outside of the armrest and secure with two 60mm bolts and wing nuts. The bolts should be inserted from the inside of the arm rail to minimize obstruction to the seat area. Repeat this process on the other arm rail. Now slide on the gun rest rail 2 onto the ends of both gun rest rail 1 pieces that you just attached to the stand, and once lined up, secure with one 40mm bolt and lock nut on each side. For comfort, the bolts should be inserted from the inside of the rail. For the next step, you may find it easier to move the stand so that one side of the seat assembly is hanging off the edge of the table just slightly. Place the platform support onto the side of the seat support frame. Once the holes are lined up, secure with two 60mm bolts and lock nuts. The bolts should be inserted from the outside of the platform support. Now line up the holes on the opposite end of the platform support to the corresponding holes on the ladder section. The platform support should be on the back side of the top ladder section. Once lined up, secure with two 60mm bolts and lock nuts. The bolts should be inserted through the back side of the platform support. Repeat these procedures to attach the platform support on the other side. Next, place the footrest between the rails of the top ladder section, making sure to keep the tail of the footrest below the welded rod stop. Once properly positioned, secure each side with one 75mm bolt, nylon washer, and lock nut. The bolt should be inserted from the inside of the footrest. The nylon washer goes between the footrest and the top ladder section to prevent squeaking when the footrest is moved. Note, the bolts will go through both sides of the welded bracket on the top ladder section. At this point, go back and tighten all the bolts and lock nuts securely, being careful not to miss any. Warning: do not over-tighten the bolts to the point the tubes become deformed. Now lay the top assembly on the floor or table with the V-brace facing straight up. At this point, assemble the remaining ladder sections together. Insert the male end of the ladder section into the female end of the opposing ladder section. Secure the ladder sections together by using two 35mm grade 8 bolts and lock nuts on each side and secure tightly. Warning: the foam seat included with this tree stand is removable for storage. Do not leave your seat outdoors when it is not being used. Replace the seat cushion every 2 years. Once you have tightened the bolts and nuts on your stand, you can attach the seat cushion and pads. Slide the pocket sewn into the seat cushion over the seat platform and tie off the strings around the seat platform. For the shooting rail pad, start on one side of the shooting rail close to the armrest and wrap the pad around the shooting rail assembly and secure it with the hook and loop strips. After initial installation, you may need to go back and readjust some areas for a smooth fit. The shooting rail pad ends should stop close to the armrests. To install the armrest pads, attach one pad around the top of each of the two armrest bars and secure with the hook and loop strips. To attach the last two pads, you will need to raise the seat platform up so you can easily get to the connection tube. Attach one pad on each connection tube under the seat platform and between the armrest. Secure these pads with the hook and loop strips like the other pads. These bottom two pads serve as sound dampers for the flip-up seat platform. Warning: do not use the gunrest bar as a handhold while climbing into or out of this stand. To set up a Summit Ladder Stand, first select a straight, healthy tree without any obstructions, branches, or limbs that might be in the path of setting up the ladder stand. Lay the ladder stand on the ground so that the V-bar is pointing up in the air and the end of the ladder section is about 3 feet from the tree base. Ensure all your ladder sections are bolted together. Now you need to connect the ratchet straps to the stand. With the ladder stand lying on the ground, connect one ratchet strap end to one side of the V-bar. To connect the straps to the stand, wrap the straps around the frame and bring the ratchet or the free end back through the loop to create a cinch knot. Then connect the platform short strap end to the other side of the V-bar. Now connect a second ratchet and platform short strap to the rear of the foot platform using the same cinch knot technique as before. Next, you need to attach the 2 long crisscross straps. They attach to the same areas as the ratchet straps on the V-bar. Attach one on the right-hand side and one on the left-hand side using the same cinch knot technique. Lay the straps on top of the ladder sections. Finally, you need to connect the ratchet ends of the crisscross straps to the ladder section. Loop each ratchet end around the column of the ladder section below the 3rd or 4th ladder rung from the end. Do so on both sides of the ladder section using the previous method to create a cinch knot. You should now have the 2 ratchets hanging from the ladder section. Warning: never wrap the stabilization straps around the ladder rungs. Wrap them only around the ladder columns below the ladder rung. Before you are ready to raise the ladder stand, thread the crisscross strap through the barrel of the ratchet strap, located at the 3rd or 4th rung of the end of the ladder sections. Pull the strap tight. Tighten the ratchet until there is a slight arch in the ladder sections. With all the straps secured to the stand, you are now ready to raise the ladder stand with 3 able adults. Starting at the platform area, one person needs to be on each side of the ladder section and one person in the middle. Carefully raise the ladder stand up until the V-bar teeth come in contact with the tree. Pull the end of the ladder sections out away from the tree until the foot platform is level. Warning: check the ground under the ladder stand to make sure it is firm and level. Once the platform is level, insert ground stakes to secure the bottom of the ladder. Next, release the crisscross straps and ratchets so the straps are hanging freely down. Now, take the 2 crisscross straps that have been hanging freely down and walk behind the tree so that the straps form an X. Continue to pull the straps around the bottom of the ladder section and secure them to the ratchet straps that were attached below the 3rd or 4th rung of the ladder stand. Now, thread the crisscross straps through the ratchet strap. At this point, you can begin to ratchet the straps. Make sure you ratchet enough for the strap to go around twice. Note: do not over-tighten these straps to where it starts to pull the foot of the platform down the tree. Warning! Always check to ensure the crisscross straps are secured correctly before leaving the ground. Before climbing up the ladder stand, visibly inspect to ensure the ground below the ladder sections is flat and level. All ladder sections are secured together by means of bolts. Crisscross straps are securely fastened correctly around the tree, and that the ground stakes are installed properly. Warning! Never jump or bounce on any other part of the tree stand in an attempt to force the platform to seat into the tree. Warning! You must now put on your safety harness if you have not already done so. Always refer to your harness instructions included with this stand for proper use of your safety harness. Now, put on a full-body fall arrest harness system so you can attach the ladder platform to the tree. See full-body fall arrest harness system instructions and warnings for proper use. They were included with your stand purchase. Still using 3 people. Have one person on each side of the ladder section holding the ladder stand in place while you carefully climb the ladder stand. Make sure you use 3 points of contact as you climb, and make sure your full-body fall arrest harness is on. Upon arrival to the foot platform area, attach your tether strap to the tree and ensure you are secured properly to the tree in the event that a fall might occur. Next, keeping your weight centered on the middle of the platform area, wrap the previously installed upper ratchet strap free end around the tree and pull it through the barrel of the previous installed upper ratchet strap on the other side. Pull the strap tight and ratchet tight against the tree. Now wrap the previously installed lower ratchet strap around the tree and pull it through the barrel of the previously installed lower ratchet strap on the other side. Pull the strap snug and then ratchet till it is tight. Important! All ratchet straps must be ratcheted around the barrel at least twice. While at the foot platform area, inspect all parts and bolts for any damage that may have been caused during setup or when carrying the product into the field. If any damage or loose hardware is found, discontinue use immediately. All repairs must be done at ground level. When descending the tree stand, detach your tether strap and carefully climb down the ladder. Always use 3 points of contact as you descend. Recheck the crisscross straps to ensure they are still tight. If they are not, retighten as necessary. Warning! All straps must be 100% inspected, including all ladder sections, to ensure they are secured by means of bolts prior to each use. Warning! You will not be connected to a safety rope or strap while you climb into or out of this tree stand. Use extreme caution while ascending or descending the ladder. Take your time and do not hurry. Warning! This ladder must be held in place while it is ratcheted tight and while the top ratchet straps are put into place. Do not use until all straps are securely attached. When removing a ladder stand, it is required to have 3 able adults to assist you in removing the ladder stand from the tree. Before climbing into the ladder stand, put on your full-body fall arrest harness system by following the instructions and warnings for safe and proper use. Inspect all straps and ladder sections, ensuring they are still properly attached to the tree and not damaged. With one person on each side of the ladder holding for stability, carefully climb up the ladder stand. Always use 3 points of contact with the ladder as you climb. Upon arrival to the foot platform area, Immediately attach your full body fall arrest harness system to the tree by looping your tether strap around the tree and connecting your tether to it. While secured to the tree with your harness connected to the tether strap, carefully disengage the lower ratchet strap from around the tree first, and then disengage the upper ratchet strap. Warning! Never remove the crisscross straps until you are safely back on the ground and the ratchet strap around the tree has been removed. Never climb any ladder stand without the crisscross straps secured correctly. Carefully disconnect your full body fall arrest harness system from the tree. And without shifting your weight around, slowly and carefully descend the ladder using 3 points of contact. Upon arrival to the ground, disengage the crisscross straps and allow them to hang freely down under the foot platform. Secure the crisscross straps to the ratchet straps connected to the ladder section below the third rung and tighten until they are tight. At this point, you also need to remove the ground stakes from the bottom of the ladder. Using 3 able adults, carefully walk the ladder down to the ground. Do not stand directly in the path of the ladder stand being lowered to the ground. Inspect the ladder for any damage possibly resulting from removing this product from the tree. Warning! Never reuse ratchet straps that were left in the field for use. Call Summit Tree Stands to purchase replacement straps. Sunlight, animals, or tree growth could have affected the strap integrity, which could cause the strap to fail, causing serious injury or death. Before each use, look for nicks, gouges, cuts, cracks, bends, corrosion, or similar damage that can be the result of improper use or accidental damage. For instance, this could occur if someone else used the tree stand without knowledge of its proper use, or if the tree stand were dropped, hit by a motor vehicle, or subject to corrosive conditions, etc. Summit tree stands have the highest structural integrity by design, material selection, and manufacturing techniques. But as the owner, only your continued maintenance and care will assure trouble-free performance. By following the next few maintenance and care tips, you can extend the life of your stand. Summit foam seats are removable, so we recommend it is stored in a dry place when not in use. It is also important to replace your seat every 2 years or sooner if you discover damage or wear. If touch-up is required on the factory paint, use a high-quality outdoor spray paint to cover any bare metal areas that might develop over time. When moving your Summit tree stand, packing it away, or placing it in your vehicle, make sure it is securely tied down and no other objects can slide onto it or hit it. Warning! Prolonged harness suspension may be fatal. If rescue personnel cannot be notified, you must have a plan to recover escape before hunting. Warning! Self-extraction may become necessary if any of the following become true. No one knows your location. Your communication efforts are exhausted. You're confident you have the strength, dexterity, and ability to perform self-extraction. You decided this is your absolute last resort. It is important to carry a device to assist with self-extraction. Simple devices such as screw-in steps or a rope like the Summit Tree Descender will allow you to remove the weight from your harness. This may enable you to return to the tree stand, ladder, or climbing steps, or slowly descend the tree. Summit provides a suspension relief strap with all of its harnesses. Using the strap can help alleviate suspension trauma. Thank you for taking the time to read, watch, and understand the instructions for your Summit product. Knowing how to use your full-body fall arrest harness system and tree stand can be the difference between life and death. Remember, a successful hunt means taking the time to inspect your full-body fall arrest harness system and tree stand before each use, as well as properly wearing your full-body fall arrest harness system and properly using your tree stand. It is important to never hunt without telling someone your location. Enjoy using your Summit product.